Hello friends, welcome to Take Two for this Tuesday, the 14th of January, 2020. I'm Jeanne. I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, I like to talk to you just a little bit about it not being quite the season. Now let me explain what I mean. Follow me, will you? Here's my front lawn, and here is a wheelbarrow that we have, and here are some flowers that are blooming. Flowers that are blooming? Yes, really. This is very strange because this time of year, even in southeast Alabama, the weather shouldn't be quite this warm. Today it's supposed to go up to 79 degrees. Now, as pleasant and lovely as that is, and trust me, I really do enjoy the fact that I live in southeast Alabama and I'm not up with my northern relatives in ice and snow. I mean, as lovely as it is, it shouldn't really be quite that warm right now. It is not quite the season. I was at church on Sunday, and we were outside, and all of the front of our church, Dothan Vineyard Church, has lots and lots of beautiful azalea bushes, which at this time of year should be just green. There shouldn't be, and sparse. There shouldn't be any blooms. There shouldn't be any of that. Right now, what should be happening is there should be that green, and then in about end of February, beginning of March, there should be a few blooms, and by the beginning of April, that's when they should be in full bloom, because that's generally when we have the big azalea trail where people drive through the neighborhoods and see all the azaleas in bloom. But boys and girls, it's January, and they're already half of the bushes are blooming. My friend Bobby in front of her house has beautiful peonies, and they're all blooming. See, here's the problem. In a couple of, maybe around a week's time or so, the weather is supposed to stabilize back down to what it's supposed to be this time of year, which means it'll be possibly overnight in the 30s. And go down to the 20s, and then it'll go back to like the 50s in the daytime, which is about normal for southeast Alabama in January and February. See, here's the problem. It's not quite the season. So what happens when we do things and it's not quite the season? What happens when we jump the gun that way? Well, here's what happens. Those beautiful blooms are all going to freeze and die and fall off. I know, it sounds awful, doesn't it? Well, hopefully there'll be enough blooms that there'll still be some beautiful flowers that bloom when they're supposed to. But for some, who, if they all come out now, well, come the time that it's supposed to, it won't happen. And I started thinking about many, many, many things in my life where I have jumped the gun. It wasn't quite the season, and I decided, well, I'm impatient, so I'm going to jump ahead here. Well, that's what ends up happening. Then my plans all die and fall off, and then when it was the time for me to do something, it's nothing there for it to be done. So I want you to start thinking today. I'm challenging you, friends, to start thinking about things maybe that you have in your life where you're being a little impatient about it. And I'm reminding you, it may not quite be the season for it yet. So just be patient, because when those azaleas are ready to bloom for real, then they will. So what azaleas are in your life that you're trying to watch bloom now when it's really not time for them to do that just yet? Think about it. Don't jump the gun. Wait for the right season. Now, don't forget to go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is, excuse me. And if you know somebody who's being impatient about something, remind them it may not quite be the season. And when it is, that's when your blooms will be perfectly big and beautiful. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, this might be the go to Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time another Take Two is posted. Okay, well, I better get going. It's really quite nice out here today. I think maybe I'll get a lawn chair and have a seat out here. Well, maybe not. I got things to do. I love y'all so much. Listen, take care. I'll see you tomorrow for Hump Day. Bye-bye.